Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Happy New Year to all of you. Welcome to 2021. We're back here with my friend Doug down at Superformance. But today's gonna be something different actually, because it is a Superformance car.
Started out that way.
But it's considerably more at this point.
Yeah.
And we're gonna split this episode into two. Doug's gonna walk us through the technical elements, then Doug's, hot wife is gonna step in and she's gonna take us for a drive because the car is actually her car. Let's talk about what it is besides that it's a Daytona Coupe.
This started out as a 2005, and actually back then it was a Superformance Brock Coupe. So it was designed by Peter Brock, the original designer of the original Daytona Coupe.
Yep. Just so you guys know, Marissa will get into the story part of it, but Doug gave this to her, and then ultimately this car got overhauled by Foose and Company for the Overhaulin show this last year in 2019, right?
Season 10, episode 2, yeah.
Yeah. What engine is in this car?
The engine, Roush supplied the engine for the car. It was repowered as part of the Overhaulin experience. So it had
it did get a new engine for the Overhaulin.
Yeah, it had a Craft Racing 427 in it. I beat that to death. It had 60,000 miles on it, about 2,500 track miles. So they were nice enough to repower it with a Roush 427 Windsor small block.
Awesome. With
a fast throttle body EFI system and fast ECU, and just runs incredibly well. Absolutely the best sounding Daytona on the planet, thanks to Rich Waitis at Magnaflow, who does all the exhaust work on Overhaulin.
Sure.
Here we go.
Wow. That is just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't believe the motor Roush supplied. It makes 543 horsepower, 555 torque, so it's a really strong little 427. But then these headers, you look at it, goes 2 into 1 and 2 into 1, and then into an X pipe, and then back into true twin side pipes.
And something tells me that this car didn't have pink on it when you owned it.
No, Chip painted the block pink, and of course did the flowers and the pinstripes and the brakes.
Yeah.
Yep, all just for Marissa because one of her favorite colors is pink, and he wanted to do it as an accent on the car, not like a strong presence, but just an accent. So actually the tranny's painted pink too. So there's a pink tranny.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We'll leave that one alone, Doug.
Yeah, we will.
So definitely Foose Wheels, right?
Yep, Foose Memphis wheels. These are the ones he did as a tribute to Gone in 60 Seconds. Memphis was the name of Nick Cage's character.
Memphis
and then he had the Shelby Eleanor.
Right.
So those are the wheels Chip did for the Eleanor car. And so he did these as custom one-off pin drive wheels for Marissa's car.
What size wheels are they running on here?
They're 18s.
Got it, okay.
Yeah. So same, actually same as was on the car. It had 18s on it, but didn't look anything like this.
Okay.
And then of course the paint, the car originally was Viper Steel Gray with silver stripes. Now he went kind of a nod to the traditional. So you'll see looking around the showroom here, a lot of Guardsman blue and white. So this is Foose Guardsman blue, I call it.
So he altered it a bit.
And it's got the Foose fade. So you look as you go from top to bottom, how it gets darker. That's Chip's little play with light. So no matter what the lighting, it always looks like.
That's cool.
And then on the rear, where it slopes in, he did the reverse. It actually goes from dark to light. And he actually changed a bunch of the lines on the car. So these scoops, like if you look at a standard Daytona, you'll see they sit on top of the car with rivets. He cut them down and kind of Frenched them into the car. He got rid of the top vents for the hood. He actually changed the side vents, redesigned those completely. Changed the whole opening on the nose of the car, changed the radiator vent. It's usually a single opening. He not only changed the shape, but then split it.
Yeah.
Chip told me he drew that up, and then 3 days later was looking at a book on history of the Daytona Coupe. The original prototype Daytona had a split vent like that. He couldn't believe it. And he actually brought this window line down because he wanted it to flow with the line of the rear hatch. Created the need for custom glass.
Right.
So Eddie Cotto from Cotto Auto Glass, who does a lot of the glass for Chip, did the side windows for the car and then reshaped the rear hatch because he rounded the corners back here. He Frenched in the gas cap.
Yeah, instead of it sitting up on top. Right, sure.
So he Frenched that in, changed the rear wing. He lowered it and widened it. So the lower wider gives it a nice aggressive look, and he wanted to make this a nice street car for Marissa. So one of the things with the wings sticking way up in the back, it kind of hurt your rear visibility. So it actually gives not only good looks, but better rear visibility too.
Yeah.
But then the rear of the car is drastically different from a stock Daytona.
Yeah.
He actually, he added the front bumper to the car, he added a rear bumper to the car. So the tail lights are 70 Camaro tail lights.
I was just gonna say, those look like either Corvette or Camaro taillights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camaro tail lights, and then the bumper, he used a 68 Camaro rear bumper and reshaped it to fit. Just to add like that touch of metal contrast, just a little bit of bling, like he did the Spears on the side vents and then the Jag E-type bumpers on the front.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because there's so many elements of this car that are reminiscent of a Jag.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, it's got,
Yeah, like the
it's got
headlight
that
buckets, he
flavor.
got rid of the plastic covers on the headlights and reshaped those and moved the turn signals out of the headlight bucket to clean that up. Alfredo from Al's Garage, who does a lot of the overhauling interiors, he did a full custom interior.
Jeez.
You've got a Motolita custom steering wheel. I love the Foose center cap that he made for the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And then just did the nice two-tone with the gray and black leather. And then the little Hawaiian flowers on the seats were actually done by Brock Foose, Chip's son, who was in part named Brock because of Peter Brock.
Wow. And is it all different gauges as well?
It's the original gauges that were in the car, the original Stuart Warner gauges, but the guys from Redline reworked the gauges and refinished them to match the car.
Well, let's close this sucker up, get the pretty woman in here, because
Where is she?
right about now, people are begging for pretty, and you and I aren't going to give it to them, so.
No. So I don't know, what time is it? It's time to...
Stop looking and get cooking.
There we go,
right.
Let's do this. Obviously, Doug is not driving the car. Doug is no longer with us. We've got his wife, Marissa. So this is a really cool story with this car. For anyone that didn't see the episode of Overhauled, is how did they get you? Because I know they get everyone on that show. They don't go, hey, we're picking up your car and we're gonna, we're gonna go overhaul it, and then we want you to pretend like you're surprised.
Right, they wrecked me.
So what was the gag that they pulled on you?
They wrecked me so hard. So Doug was building his GT40. He had built it, and we had just gone, through SEMA and unveiled it. And on our way home, actually from the shop to Newport, we were pulled over by the police. Okay, they didn't want Doug's GT40 on the street because it was too loud, and they didn't understand all the SP 100 laws, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So we actually were in litigation with the city of Newport Beach over this car. They wanted it off the road. So we had lawyers, we had all kinds of stuff going on. So when they came to prank the car, we had just gotten everything cleared with Doug's GT40, and they had a fake officer from the city of Newport Beach put a boot on this car saying that all my neighbors had signed a petition that this car was too loud. And so I thought for sure that the city of Newport Beach was like literally after us, because there was this one cop, he had it out for us. He wanted that car off the street. So I was fired up. I was so fired up. I was like calling Doug. I was like, get the lawyers, they're after us, but Doug pranked me really, really hard, because what he did is I pretty much get along with everybody, Sean.
Yeah, no, I could imagine.
Right?
I mean,
there's one neighbor that I really don't get along with, okay? So he put her name at the top of the petition. So I thought the petition was legit. And so Doug had my uncle call and say that they were gonna be doing work on the house. The car needed to be out of the garage that day. So Doug's plan was to take it to work. So he leaves to go to work in the Daytona, comes back around and says, oh my God, did you watch the gauges in the car over the weekend? And I'm like, yeah, I watched the gauges. He's like, I don't think you were. He's like, the oil temp is completely off. I think you might have blown the engine. And I'm like,
oh no.
What? So that's how I started my Monday morning, thinking I blew up the car. So I'm waiting for the tow truck to come pick it up. And then the Newport Beach PD guy shows up with the boot. It was so stressful that morning, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
So the second Chris Jacobs pops out, then it all started to click for me, and I just started bawling.
Oh my God, how cool.
So much emotion, so much emotion.
would expect it to.
God, it sounds good.
Oh, it sounds amazing, doesn't it?
So much fun.
Oh my gosh, this is so, you're just loving it, Marissa. I can't believe this is your car. You're like, ah, yeah, I'm gonna go for a cruise in my Chip Foose Overhauled Daytona Coupe.
Right? Like, it's nuts.
Just awesome. So good. Well, you gotta love how much power this car has.
I do. I really do. Well, it just gets up and goes.
Ah, I'm jealous. I need a Cobra in my life badly. Like, I can't tell you how much I need one of these.
It's all on its way to you, man. Ooh, the pops!
Yeah.
I love when it pops. I mean, the thing is a rolling piece of art. It really is.
It really is. God.
That was a good pass. Yes! So fun!
What an amazing time getting to shoot with Doug, as always. Absolutely love getting to shoot with his wife, Marissa, and that this is her car, Overhauled by Foose and Company. Amazing. And you guys know I love the Superformance cars, so stick around because we're going to show you some more of our favorite cars from the Superformance guys.